A typical day at camp for me looks like getting up quite early to come and prep the body composition room. We just make sure the scales are out, all the equipment is working. We also do a bit of hydration testing every day, and between myself and the medical staff, we then communicate the results of those to the riders. If they need an extra bottle of hydration, we then sort that out for them.
Yeah, I think the team is really science orientated, like on the bike, but also on the human side. And yeah, I really like that it's not only like based on thinking and thoughts, but it's also fact-based, like the things we are doing.
After breakfast, I go and check in with the soigneurs just to make sure that to check if there's any problems. Check in with what's going in the cars in terms of fluids and hydration, that there's enough bottles, bars, etc. in the cars. Often I'll jump into the car and sit with a coach or sit with the DS throughout the ride just to see what the riders go through, help them fill up bottles at order points, and then just have conversations throughout the day.
I think a general training day is quite basic, with waking up, going to breakfast, and then most of the time we leave around 10, and then we ride in a group most of the time for, I'd say, between 4 or 5, maybe on a longer day 6 hours.
Oh, it's a bit hot down in the valley today. It's about 25 to 28 degrees, so we're trialing a range of MNSTRY's new ice gels. So we popped them in the freezer yesterday evening, and we are putting them into practice today. So it's just picking certain points along the parkour and trialing it with the riders. The whole team is here for 21 days, just about 3 weeks. Myself personally, I'm here for half the camp. And I'll switch over with another nutritionist at that point. And we come up to altitude to try and push a bit of the physiological barriers and induce sort of adaptations in terms of more blood cells, which give you more oxygen carrying capacity, which obviously helps cycling quite a lot. So when you sleep high, you're maximizing the time spent at altitude and those adaptations, but then you train low, which gives you a bit freer range to train, because obviously coming up to altitude it puts a strain on the body. So if we come down low, we can train with a bit more ease and a bit more freedom, and get a better adaptation.
We come back, have lunch, and then it's time to rest, have a massage. And then relax, maybe have a chat with teammates or friends.
From there, come back to a similar procedure with the chefs and the riders, just checking on the menus, what's there, what's potentially not there, and what's been replaced. And again, then just get feedback from the riders on how they found things throughout the day, whether they drank enough, whether they ate enough. And then again, probably afterwards we move more towards individual meetings in the afternoon. I try and do this quite informally, just to catch up, see how my cohort of riders is doing. We can check up on goals for the next coming races, where they need to be from a nutrition perspective, from a body comp perspective, and just to make sure that we've got regular touch point with those riders. And then we go into dinner. Again, a similar procedure with the chefs and the riders, just make sure all the food's going okay. If there's any problems that have been picked up throughout the afternoon after the ride, I can then address those. And in the evening, we do our best to relax before we go to sleep.